Although weeping lasted all night, I know that joy comes in the morning light. So I march on to a new song, 'cause I've been marching to that old one way too long. And I gotta move on and take new steps every day, 'cause I know there has got to be another way. And I'm brighter day, so I march on. Hey. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of P.U.R.E Live. Today is going to be an awesome episode. I mean, every episode is awesome, but we got a special treat for y'all today. Today, we are going to have the wonderful and awesome recording artist, Elijah Jamal. And what he has been doing is so amazing. I can't wait to get into it. First and foremost, what we're going to do is we're going to show his video. And the video is very moving. It's exciting, and you're going to enjoy it. I promise you that. And it is called Stand Up, and it is created quite the movement. So I'm going to share that with you guys today. Bear with me, and we're going to get this thing going. And feel free to let me know if you guys can't hear. Should be playing. Having technical difficulties. Here we go.
Er kann auch müssen. Deswegen darf er vor.
We've been torn down way too long. We can't take this anymore. Fight back, we must, as one. Rise up, we must stand up. We gotta stand up. Stand up for something. We gotta stand up. Stand up for something. We gotta stand up. Stand up for something. We gotta stand up. Stand Welcome to our show, Pure Live. Hello, Elijah Jamal. Thank you for joining our show.
Hello, hello.
The show today we are talking about something that I saw is widely been dealt with amongst other artists, whether they're singers, rappers, or they just have major platforms. But before we get into that, I want to first talk about who you are. So, Elijah Jamal, in your own words, please explain to everybody who you are.
I am a musician, artist, actor, uh, I guess a model somewhat. Um, I'm just an all-around artist, producer, songwriter. Try to use every gift that God gives me to the best of my abilities. And yeah, I've been called to the world of entertainment. So that's what I do.
Awesome. So, and he's a little on the modest side. I just want you guys to know. First of all, I want to state what may not be the obvious. We are related. Elijah,
What?
no, Elijah is my
What? No one
younger
told
brother.
me.
And actually, the intro that you guys heard, he is the producer on that song, and he actually is singing on that song as well. And you can find it under the name Asia Jamal. And I think he did an amazing job.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
and you have a super fan. He says, "Don't forget superhero."
I forgot about that already.
I know, right? Like I didn't know. So he does so many things. He is a producer. He is singing. He's a great dancer. He's acting. He's an amazing model as well. And I hate him because of it. No, I'm just kidding. No,
That's fair. That's fair.
no. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. I'm sorry that we were having technical difficulties, but you guys need to look that song up. It is called "Stand Up" by Elijah Jamal. So let's get into the topic at hand. What I have been seeing is, first of all, there are people like Erica Badu, Ice Cube, Nick Cannon. All of these people have had their one. So let's somebody actually posted a post. Um, um, they were downing the rappers and what it is that they were representing, their messages that they were putting out, and they were saying that Erica Badu wrote it, and she's like, "I didn't write this. I wouldn't write this. I won't do this." They're saying, "Hey, you should be supporting the Black Lives Matter movement, and this is what you should be doing." Um, Ice Cube and Nick Cannon were accused of making some comments that weren't okay, anti-Semitic comments against Jewish people, and they learned some lessons through all of that. And then there were other people that really weren't saying anything about the movement and were criticized because they were saying, "Hey, you're one of us. Why aren't you saying anything? Why aren't you supporting us? Why aren't you backing that movement? What are you doing with your platform?" And there it is. So, what is it, Elijah? Do you feel pressured into using your platform and your talents and your gifts to support the Black Lives Movement?
Um, well, that's a loaded question. To answer it simply, no, I don't feel pressured. I will
Okay.
say that I feel that I've been I felt compelled to do so, but not because of the hands of other people necessarily. It was
Okay.
just because I felt the need to do it. I do feel like with great power comes great responsibility. And so, as
Mhm.
artists that are given the opportunity to have the spotlight and to have so many people, um, the ear of so many people, that it is important to say something that is meaningful, because you do have the uh, ability to actually influence change. So I
Yeah.
do believe that that is an a very important thing not to be taken lightly as an artist. However, I will say that I do not feel that it is fair to pressure anyone because of their sphere of influence, um, to question why they have or have not done anything. Because at the end of the day, um, as an artist, your job is simply to express who you are. And if it's not in that person to express that part of themselves, then that's just what it is. You know, I don't think it's necessarily fair to put that type of obligation. And also considering uh, the Black Lives Matter movement might be headlines today, but there's been a necessity for the movement since before I was born. And those artists were still around, not necessarily before I was born. Some, yes, but most no. But no one was pulling or putting them on the forefront as to say, why weren't you doing anything then? So why weren't they questioning them then? Because it's not like the issues just started happening. You know, this
Hmm.
isn't brand new information for everybody else. So it's like, all right, you already know this stuff has been going on for some time now. And now, because it seems like everybody wants to be able to have that ability to point the finger at other people, it's like, yeah, what about you? How come you haven't done? Who else hasn't done anything? Like, no, 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 don't do that. Focus on you. Focus on what
Yeah.
you make sure that you're doing your part. Don't worry about everybody else. That's not your job. Your job is to do everything you can do, and then those that are meant to will follow.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's deal with that fact. So the topics that we are handling in regards to the Black Lives Matter movement, as you said, have been going on before you were born, before I was born. Um, with that being said, um, so some people, some artists have a long history of those types of songs, like fight the power kind of stuff,
Hmm.
Queen Latifah has had a whole lot of songs that were like addressing hard issues. Even Ice
Hmm.
Cube, he dealt with some hard topics in a way that some may not have found favorable, but he put it in your face nevertheless.
Right.
Um,
Hmm.
with that being said, though, with the artists that have come out with other things, like you've come out with a whole lot of different songs. In fact, one of the most recent songs that you came out with, Situationship, hey, y'all need to check it out.
Hey.
Uh, excellent song, tackles a great topic. Came out during, this time of pushing Black Lives Movement. Um, and I feel like not too long after you put that out, I started seeing people like Usher, Trey Songz, and several other people putting out these songs to show, hey, I care too. Hey, this hurts too. Do you feel, and forgive me if this is putting you on the spot, but do you feel like they kind of were being pressured to push that to the forefront immediately because of what's going on and because of the pressure that you guys have as artists?
Well, I can't really speak to their pressures because I don't personally know them. But what I
Hmm.
can say is it's the bottom line. The bottom line, whether they felt pressured, whether they did it freely, is that they acted on it. And that's what I think we should is the takeaway from everything is, was there an action or was there a call to action? And regardless of the other information that we're not privy to, the bottom line is the results of that effort. And so that's what I would choose to focus on, not how they got there, but that they got there.
That is a good point. That's a really good point. Let's talk about you and your career and your calling.
Oh, that's
Um,
personal.
Well, seeing that we grew up together, I know a little bit about it.
Mm, wow. Okay.
With that being said, knowing that you grew up in the church, knowing that you were brought up with high morals, and there are certain things that were just always in the forefront of your mind in regards to things that needed to be addressed. Um, did you feel moved or pressured throughout your music career to address those things? Or how did you feel in going the R&B route as opposed to the inspirational, motivational, gospel kind of situation?
Good question. I started off initially as a gospel artist. I felt because I grew up in the church that was just what I had to do. If I was going to be a singer, I had to be a gospel artist. That was just it. I didn't actually transition into secular music until I got to college because I became a part of an R&B group, and that was all we did was secular music. So there was some challenges with that because, like I said, my plan initially was to be a gospel artist. The transition actually had to do with a change in perspective. What I wrote about, even with the group, wasn't um, something that I couldn't relate to. It wasn't something that I didn't have experience in. I was simply
Mhm.
sharing my perspective on life, and so I guess the challenge of what is secular music versus gospel and inspirational.
Right.
Gospel simply means the good news, and so you can talk about the good news and not necessarily um, have to use the religious terms that are used, and it can still be considered quote unquote gospel. But again, at that point, it was just like it's not really about being put into a box. I simply want to write what I feel. Sometimes I feel inspired, and sometimes I do not. And
Mm.
so I believe that I have the freedom of being everything that I am from every aspect by not limiting myself to one area or genre of music.
That's fair. That makes sense. Um, so in that transition, first of all, can you clarify with people what does secular mean?
No, I can't. I don't know what that means.
Come on, man.
I mean,
Don't mess
well,
with me, yo.
growing up to me, secular meant
Mhm.
ungodly music. That's how I identify with
Mm.
it. It was just something that was
Mm.
ungodly. It didn't talk about Jesus. It didn't talk about God coming to the
Mm.
altar. None of that. So, for my in my growing up, that was my understanding of what secular music
Okay, what is your
was.
understanding of it now?
Um, I think, well, I don't really think about it, honestly. I think the perspective now is probably more so of the influence of the music, meaning the message still being ungodly. So I think the
Hmm.
commonalities is generally talking about sex, money, drugs, those type of things, violence. Um, those would be considered quote unquote, I guess, secular from the perspective of what the song caters to.
Okay. We see oh, if it's not worshiping God, and he says music other than religious oriented music. I think he was helping you out because I was about to go another route with this, so he saved you. Praise the Lord.
Oh, okay.
Uh, yes,
Thank you.
by the way, guys, find out um, you
Oh, I hope you're not asking me a question. You're breaking up. I can't. I don't hear you.
Okay. It seems like we're having technical difficulties a little bit.
I can
Anyway,
hear you
if
now.
you want to, great. If you want to find Elijah's music, we have ElijahJamal.com. And on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you can find him at Elijah Jamal. I know because I checked. Um,
Thank you for verifying.
you're welcome. It's like, I wonder if he has any different. Yeah, yeah, no. It's all the same.
No,
Um,
actually, I have to thank my mom for that because early before like everything was hot with Instagram and all the other stuff, she made sure that I had kind of made sure that I got everything in my name. So it was like at Elijah Jamal on Twitter, at Elijah Jamal Instagram. Like she pushed that before I even really thought about branding in that way. So
that's good. Oh, look at him bringing up stuff. Got to get back to you. Remember,
I
remember.
do. I
What are
love
you
it.
trying to say? What are you trying to say, Dad? Oh, he's our dad, by the way. Okay.
All right, you breaking up again. Breaking up is hard to do.
Okay. Well, I don't know. People don't want to hear from you, I guess, you know. Um yeah, clearly no one wants to hear from you. No, I'm kidding. You guys, this is all in love. So so okay. And the song that actually Aaron Jamal was bringing up, "Gotta Get Back to You," "Get Back to You" is a gospel song talking about getting back to God. And you guys should check out all of Elijah's music because I haven't come across a song I don't like, which is rare because I am a critic. Yes, I am. That's just the way I was raised. Sorry, that's the way it is.
Indeed.
So okay, so getting back to your music career. So you went from gospel to secular, and for those of you that miss what secular is, it's pretty much non-gospel. Any Oh, he said the song wakes him up every morning. Look at you, just promoting your son beautifully. Um, um, so with that being said, and I want you guys to know what Elijah is currently working on. So, although you said that you felt like it was unfair for people to put the kind of pressures that they're putting on the artists and those that with platforms, you yourself is actually you're working on an awesome project. You want to tell the people what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Yes, so I am currently working on the music video for my song Stand Up, and the the whole concept of it is, I mean, the song actually came out in 2016, but um, we never did a video to it. And instead of thinking about the reasons as to why and what didn't happen, basically it was just like the time was now, and we a friend came to me and was like, "Hey, I want to shoot this video," and I was like, "Cool, let me know what you're thinking, and let's try to make it happen." And so that push is what led to being able to actually put a visual to the song "Stand Up," and I'm really excited with how everything has turned out so far, and I can't wait to show the rest of the world um, what we're working
It
on.
is awesome. It's pretty
So,
dope. So let me ask you, and that's a good point. You brought up the timeline. Stand Up came out before the whole Black Lives Matter was. I hate to put it like this, but was hot. It
hmm
was out there being pushed. So why did you come up with the song in the first place?
so long story short, I work with a licensing company that deals with music licensing for TV shows and commercials, etc. And so a music supervisor that I work closely with, Ashley, reached out
Mm-hmm.
to me and Audio Mo, who was the co-producer of Stand Up, and it said, she had an opportunity. There was a show, Switched at Birth, that was looking for music for one of their episodes, and she basically gave me a rundown of what was going on with the episode, what it was about,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of the feel that they were going for. And that's how stand up came to be. It was simply a submission for a TV show that was dealing with injustice and inequality um, through a very
Okay.
powerful episode on Switch That Birth. So if you haven't seen Switch That Birth, I would definitely recommend it.
Let's
It's a
see.
good show overall, but also
Yeah.
the actual episode, the episode that Stand Up is on, is episode 5, season 5. So season 5, episode 5, and you'll see that episode that features Stand Up.
That's pretty
Yep.
dope. That's awesome. You're amazing.
And I thank you. What I found interesting is I've always, as an artist, done my best to stay out of politics. And I've never written a song like Stand Up before, really, or after like Stand Up, but I never really felt like that was my lane or
Mm.
something that I wanted to really venture in until it was simply just asked of me to try, you know? And I never anticipated stand up to turn into what it has become or will become in the future. But it kind of just kind of had its own legs and just kind of took off. But the night that the show premiered on ABC Family, the writer of the show like tweeted me out and was like, "The song is called Stand Up, and I love it. Elijah Jamal, check him out." And literally, that's kind of the first wave of stand up, and that was just an amazing experience.
That is so awesome. So, you know, not to toot your own horn or anything, but you want to let people know how far this song has actually reached. Where have you performed it, and how far do you know that it has gotten?
Oh, um, well, I can say where I performed it. I have performed it in LA. I've performed it in uh, Berlin, in Germany, and I've performed it in Switzerland. Um, I have I'm trying to think about where I've actually been. I performed it at Harvard. I've performed it in Times Square, New York. Um, Yeah, those are probably the bigger places that I've performed it. So I'd say that, yeah, that's some of the places.
That's
But as
pretty
far as where
awesome.
it's reached, I know that I have streams, like I'm able to see like the cities and countries. I know that there's stuff in China. I know that there's stuff in Japan. I know that there's stuff in oh yes, Rome, Italy. Yeah, I actually performed out there too. Well, how did I miss that? Okay, thank you for that reminder. Um, yeah, so I know that it's gone across the world, and that's the beauty of the presence of being able to do so much online and being able to kind of distribute your own music is you can literally get it to the entire world to have access to it. And so, yeah,
That is amazing. That is so amazing. Do you realize how amazing that is? Uh,
I,
just in case you didn't know, it's
honestly, I don't
amazing.
think about it. Thank you. I just try to
You're
keep
welcome.
going, but no, you're right. It is amazing. I'm very grateful for those opportunities.
I am so excited to see the final product of this combination video. I don't even know what to call it, but because it's a combination of two songs, correct?
That is the extended version.
Yes.
So there will be a stand-up video version, and then I have another song that I will be releasing as a basically an interlude to stand-up that'll come out as well.
So
So
what I would like you to tell people, because we mentioned the song "Stand Up," I'm having some sinus problems for real today.
Let
Um,
it out. Let it out.
okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
Hold on to the memories. They are precious. It is your story. Amen to that. He
Absolutely.
said, I'm not all right. That is,
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay. But you do say I'm not all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I do. But yeah, the
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, getting into it, into the lyrics, can you tell us the lyrics to the hook of the song? Stand
Stand
up,
up.
I mean. Yes.
Oh, that's really easy. It's probably the shortest hook I've written. It's just you got to stand up for something, or you'll fall for anything. It's that simple. And probably part of why it's so easy for other people to join along.
Okay. So, gotta stand up. Stand up for something or you fall for anything.
Hmm.
That.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said, and stand up for something or you'll fall for anything. What do you mean by that?
Oh, I mean it's okay. Well, if it's not self-explanatory, basically, if you don't have something that you stand for, that you consider as a moral ground, and something that you would consider kind of something important to your core, then you're basically liable to just go any way, you know. And it's like if there's no foundation, then there is a lack of stability. And so by standing up for something, by saying this is something that is non-negotiable, this is something that is mandatory for what I believe, um, then you basically are laying down the foundations of what you will allow and not allow in life. So yeah, core values, absolutely, core values.
Hmm.
So having that um, as a foundation that'll help to basically keep you grounded, so you
Yeah,
don't fall for anything.
that is a good point. And quite frankly, I can do a full hour on the stuff that people are falling for right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Wear a mask, please, and thank you. Um, Lord have mercy.
Right.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
It's okay.
But sorry, not sorry.
Yep.
Um, but so and your super fan wants you to sing it live right now. I don't think that's fair, Elliot. I didn't
It's
prepare
not.
him for that.
It's not
That's not
fair. We talked
nice.
about this type of pressure. Let me just
Oh
say
no.
this. Let me just say this because, yeah.
He's
Again,
like,
when I explain why I wrote the song for a show. I never even thought I was gonna have to sing the song again. You understand? So I
oh,
wrote it without any intentions of having to perform it. That song is actually challenging. Okay,
is it?
it's not
They
something you
coming.
don't just wake up.
Do
You
you
don't
see
just
these
wake
comments?
up being able to sing that. Yeah, I see these comments. It's not right. I'm standing up for something right now. Standing up for not being embarrassed for trying to sing my own song and not being able to do it.
I know,
I'm
right?
no, not
People
on
don't
duty. Not on
understand.
duty.
You don't prepare yourself for that. You
They don't
know, this stuff
understand.
is out there. They said you
Right.
should sing together. Wait, you setting me up too? How dare you? Um,
First off, the way that the technology is set up,
right.
I'm gonna be on the
Like
verse. She gonna be on the chorus,
we will not be in sync.
like at all, at all. I'm like, the
That
song
is
is over. I
some
finished the whole song, and you
that,
just starting off like.
some that. You might as well be singing
Exactly.
songs.
So there's that.
He said you were both born to sing. Why
That's
are y'all
fair.
messing with us today?
That's fair.
You know what?
That's fair. I'm glad you guys.
I'm too. Y'all make me want to turn the
Man,
comments
this ain't
off.
no concert. Right, we ain't putting no requests. We didn't ask for
She
that.
said, "She's gonna let people know you're
Hey,
not Millie Vanilli."
I I have plenty of videos that'll show that. So
I think
we're okay.
I think that's the point. On the videos, you can't tell if that's
You can
somebody
tell.
dubbed over
You can
it. I have live
you can
stuff. He
tell.
has.
I have live videos.
I'm just saying, if you want to look us up, you can see that
Exactly.
we actually are the real deal. Thank you very much. Stand up for something, and we standing up for
Amen.
the non-embarrassment of it all. Hallelujah. Um,
Exactly. Hmm.
oh man. Okay.
Stand up, and
So
then they like, no, sit down, sit down, sit down.
yeah, don't you stand up.
Yeah, don't do that.
Sat
Don't do that. Have
down.
several seats. Just keep on sitting. Sit, just keep sitting
Don't
down
get up
over and
again.
over. Like, don't you do that. Stay planted in that seat.
Oh
Mm-mm.
man. See, this is what
No.
happens when I talk to my brother. Lord have mercy. All right. So, okay. Run challenge.
Hmm.
Why are you doing this to us right now?
I just want to sit down. Okay.
I don't think I want to talk to them anymore.
That's all right.
Um, run challenge. First and foremost, I will not do a run challenge against Elijah Jamal because he runs away. You understand? Um,
I try to run. I try to run
he
like
runs
something
that
chasing me,
marathon.
and you would have thought it was a pit bull, a Rottweiler, everything. Everything was behind me.
He just a run.
Right.
Uh, yeah, oh yes, I want to hear that. Start now. Okay,
No.
you know what? We have a topic to talk about. How about
Exactly.
that?
Can we get to the subject, please and thank you?
I will not. All right. Okay. So, topic at hand. So let's deal with the whole platform thing. So, so you guys understand the dynamics between us. So one, you know that we are related, right? That is my brother. My parents are actually I want to say part of the reason, but I feel like they are the reason that we are submersed into music the way that we are.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Um, they had this special today, Elijah. I don't know what's going on. The stalkation of it all.
Like people can see this, right? This is self-incriminating. Okay. All right. You heard it here.
I
Saw
cannot.
it here.
Okay. Whew. Coming back. So said we had to sing for our food. What is happening right now? You want to get on the show? Is that what you want to do? Um. So we were submersed into the music, but as Elijah brought up before, we started off in the church. We started off with gospel, um, which I feel actually is a plus because if y'all know about that gospel world, it's a beast. Okay,
True.
you have to. You are not allowed to miss notes. You are not allowed to be flat. If you don't know how to do runs, then sit down. Don't you ask to lead no songs. Okay, you better have some
Mhm.
volume. You better bounce. You
Mhm.
better do something. You better act like you had a message when you present. So let's deal with that
Mhm.
message part.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay.
without getting into your personal business. I don't. As much as I do know about you, I don't know how or what it is that you were able to use to put into the songs that you put forth that were motivational, inspirational, the gospel and things like that. So let's deal specifically with stand up.
Okay.
What what did you use to move you the way that you were moved? And because I was able to see the sneak peek, y'all, in regards into what he's going to put out, and it seemed like you had some real emotion put forth into that project. What were you utilizing and putting into that project?
I think the beautiful thing about technology now is that we have so much information out there that we can pull from
Yeah,
uh, for educational purposes and just being more aware. Um, Unfortunately, I didn't have to look very hard to find inspiration for something like stand up because there's so much
yeah,
information out there. For the video itself, um, I think empathy has to do a lot with it, but I mean, it's not it's not very hard for me to put myself in the shoes of a George Floyd, um, and so many other people that have been taken um, for reasons that just don't make sense. And so when you have that literally like thrown in your face on a regular basis, you're either going to become numb to it or you're going to be consumed by it. It's going to affect you in some type of way. And
yeah,
I just allow myself to be in that moment in order to express as much of that as I can and 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 honesty.
yeah,
It's like this is just what it is. It might not look pretty, but the point is to get the message out. The message is way more important than how I look. You know, so that's what I would say to answer your question.
yeah. So, with that being said, um, how are you dealing with the fact that it's so prevalent? It's so in your face. All of the news about all of the tragedy that's going on right now, all of the horrific things. Does it stress you out? Does it break you down? How are you handling it right now?
I think there could be some levels of stress, but at the
Mhm.
same time, my my purpose is to inspire and motivate other people, and I feel like there's always going to be a time for that, but there's definitely a need for that now. It's almost to a point where it's like you can hardly find it. So because um, you can draw on so much of the negativity, people need that positive outlet, and that's where I come in to give that positivity, but also to allow people to feel the freedom of expressing how they feel, good or bad, and just being allowed to to experience that and understand, hey, you're not alone. You're not the only person that thinks that way. You're not the only person that feels that way. It's okay. It's okay to not be okay. And at the end of the day, it's important that we not just allow our emotions to take over, but that we actually do something about it. And that's what I do. And writing my music, I'm doing something about it. I'm getting a message out that I hope will inspire other people to do something about it.
So, in coming full circle and going through the project that you just did and seeing all of the things that's going on in the news, do you now feel obligated, um, or do you feel motivated to stay on that track in regards to putting out more motivational music?
Um, I don't feel obligated. Um,
Okay.
obligated or motivated? No, I feel none of that. No, no motivation, no obligation. Uh,
Okay.
I do what I want. No, but honestly, I write what I feel, and sometimes I might feel something that is totally unrelated to what's happening in the real world. I'm in my own little world, feeling how I want to feel, and that's what it is. Me, the songs that I've written, even with stand up, the only reason I was able to write it One is because God allowed me to have those lyrics, but also because I was able to put myself in that space. But that's not a space I stay in, and it wouldn't be healthy if I did. So, yes, I do want to continue to write and inspire people. Um, but those messages, I realize I can't force those. I literally has to be in that place where it's like, all right, this is the message that comes out. This is what needs to be said at this time.
Okay. Me too. Um, that's good. That's good. I'm happy to hear that. Um, how do you feel about the people? And I'm going to say people because the pressure has not just been on singers or rappers. There have been other people that have um, platforms that, you know, like, how do I say his name? Just in case you guys haven't picked up on the fact that I don't use profanity, I don't. And this particular person I'm trying to say literally has it in his title. So when mentioning him, I say like GD Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's one of the people that I like to watch because he is hilarious. And he's on YouTube and he was on Wild Out. So people like that that have platforms like that,
Hmm.
um, which first I want to say that he is not one of those people that has not said anything. He has addressed it. But people that have platforms like that choose not to address it or choose to ignore it, so to speak, do you feel like they are doing an injustice to their viewers or followers?
Wow. Um. Okay. So let me first say, when it comes to certain issues, you don't actually want everybody to talk. Okay.
Good point.
So there are certain people that though they may be on your side and they may have the same viewpoints, you don't want them to have the microphone when it comes to having a real conversation about it.
Hmm.
So, with that being said, I do feel like with influence, it is important to let your stance be made known. Um, it is important. They're literally called influencers. So,
Hmm.
if you know that is your title, then you should, I would believe, consider how are you influencing, and is it something that you can say was helpful, impactful, in such a way that it helped the nation, your generation, whatever it is that you're influencing. Is it
Hmm.
helping or is it hurting? And if it is not helping and it is hurting, then I would say maybe you should reconsider your position at all, because why do we really need someone to influence us if it's not going to help us? At the same time, if you don't feel like you're getting that type of response from the influencer, then maybe you need to find somebody else to influence you. So
Hmm.
it's not all on that person. The reality is, no one is forcing you to let them influence you. You have a choice. That's your decision. The million people, the millions of followers that anyone has, no one forced them to follow them. People chose to. You made that decision. Whether if they put up something you don't agree with, it's still your choice to follow them or not follow them. If they're not showing or giving the information that you feel like you need, or giving you this uh, the push or support of the cause, then that's still your choice. You don't have to follow that person. You don't have to allow that person to influence you. Let them do what they're doing, and you get what you need to get from whoever you need to get it from. That's
Hmm.
it.
You are absolutely right. Those are facts. I mean, if you don't like what they have to say, Don't listen
Move
to
on.
them. Don't follow them. Don't watch
Exactly.
them.
It's
Move
that
on.
simple.
It really is that simple.
And just imagine what if we actually had a world where the people that got the most attention were people that actually cared about the world and not themselves. Imagine if the people that we actually followed the most were people that actually supported love and justice and embraced mankind and not being so self-absorbed in how they look or what they have. Imagine if that was the actual focus.
Mhm.
How different would your perspective be?
Buddy, what a world that would be. Hmm.
What a world that would be. So I mean, if anything, it's more on the viewers in that case. If it's like, hey, if you're pushing this person that could care less about you or your family and what's going on with you, you're part of the problem, unfortunately.
Wow. Well, drop the mic. Now pick it back up.
Okay,
Um,
all right. Hello, hello.
uh, somebody has a question. And I waited to show this question because I felt like we would kind of get off topic a little bit. But with seeing that we have a little bit of time left, we're going to deal with this. Okay, she has two questions. Okay, see, now you make things difficult. Um, okay, let's go backwards. Let's deal with this question first.
Okay,
What actor would you pick to play you in your life story?
me. Next question.
uh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you are an actor, and
Absolutely.
oh, you wouldn't be the first person to do that. Natalie Cole actually played herself in her own movie.
See, there you go. It can be done. It can be done.
Elliot said I have 8 questions too. And we got
Wonderful.
7 minutes. We got time for all
All
that.
right. Very good.
Lord. Come on, people. Okay. There was another question. They're making y'all making too many comments. I can't get to everything. Um so when you guys, for those of you that have not gone down his catalog, you don't know about all of his songs. There was a song called Why I Stopped Calling. And the
Hmm.
question was, what were those lyrics about? What was
Oh,
the message? It
okay.
says, what was the message about and why I stopped calling?
Um, it was actually making a something that wasn't too deep. Um, so the premises or the initial thought behind why I stopped calling was basically you'll have that situation where you're in constant communication with somebody, and I experienced it like a lot with dating, where it's like I'm talking to somebody, and then it's like, all right, you know what, we should do this thing. We should like, hang out, or you just it's something that's like invokes action, and then for some reason, unbeknown to you, you hear nothing back, and they just like disappear, and it's like, um, did I did I say something wrong? What
Right.
happened here? Because I thought we were supposed to meet today, and you're like, like you're not responding at all. Like literally yesterday, you were like cool, and now here it is. I don't know if I should leave or not. So, true
Right.
story, true story. So,
Right.
so why I stopped calling was basically a situation where it's like, I know you're thinking all of these different things as to why I stopped calling you. Um, and unfortunately, I'm not able to tell you that it actually has nothing to do with that. I can't tell you what it is because of what the situation is, but
Mhm.
I can't give that information out, but it has nothing to do with that. But I'm empathizing what that feeling is of why somebody just stops calling. And
Yeah.
oftentimes it really has nothing to do with you. It's just that person has something going on and they don't know how to address it properly, and communication is poor.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys, the fact of the matter is Elijah Jamal is a very good storyteller. So,
Thank
I
you.
mean, listen to his songs, it'll make you wonder, like, what kind of stuff you go through, fam? Tell me all about it, okay? Make you want to run through all of his songs from, beginning to end. Like, I think I know you. And he's like, yeah, that song had nothing to do with me. It
Nothing at all.
wasn't about my life. It wasn't about my life. He just a really good. He's just a really good storyteller. So it would be good for you to, again, as it says down there, ElijahJamal.com. Hit him up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Elijah
Elijah
Jamal.
Jamal.
Boom, drop the mic. Pick back up.
Okay.
So, uh,
Just hold the mic. Okay.
he's gonna make the story plain. So, with the few minutes that we have left, I want you to tell your audience what it is that you want to do. What is your goal as an artist? What do you want your
Mm.
legacy to be?
My goal is to impact communities, to influence change for the positive. My goal is to give an outlet, an alternative for people to listen, to have something else to listen to other than what is forced down our eardrums on a regular basis. Something that people can listen to of all ages, um, and not feel bad about it later. Something where it's like grandma can listen to it, the little baby can listen to it, and you can trust that they're not gonna, try to do something violent when they get older. And it's just something that you can play at a family picnic or something, and everybody's dancing together. Like stuff that brings people together is what's important because we were never made to be alone. That was never the intent of the human race. So the more you bring people
Mhm.
together, the more stuff can be accomplished. So hopefully my music can help with that.
Preach, preach, tabernacle. All right.
So random tabernacle.
I'm
Pentecostal.
sorry. Forgive me, y'all. He brings the goofy out in me.
It's true.
It's the truth.
It's facts.
So and I have the same goal as well with the music that I have. There's many different routes I could have gone. I've had some offers to go a different route, but I got kids, and I don't want people to go online and be like, "Hey, fam, that's your mom."
Right.
For real? Oh,
Yeah.
that's not the legacy that I wanted. Okay, it's almost time, but let's try to slide this one question in. What is your favorite song that you wrote?
I do not have a favorite.
You don't have a favorite?
Mm-mm. No.
That's deep. I'm
It's
gonna have
not
to
that
figure out what
simple.
my favorite is. It's not that simple. I think it is. I think you're lying. Um,
That's funny. No, can't say I
well,
do.
I have two favorite songs of yours. Ooh, no, I think I got three. That'd be "Get Back to You" and "Stand Up" and "Situationship." Those are
Oh,
my three
okay.
things.
All right.
Boom. Now all y'all go find them. Okay.
I'm glad it's songs that are out because
Yes. Amen. Go find them songs.
hmm
So really it is at that time. But again, I want you guys to go ahead, go to his website, ElijahJamal.com. There is his Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Those are at Elijah Jamal. Elijah, how do you prefer people to contact you if they want to book you or do something with you?
I have a contact page on my website, ElijahJamal.com. So that's probably the best way to go about doing that. But you can send me a DM. Nothing crazy. Don't get crazy in the DM because my wife will get you. But yeah, that's that's it. That's
No,
it.
no.
That'll do. Seriously, no, she'll get you. Um,
He said he's proud of us.
oh,
Thank you.
thank you, pops. Appreciate you.
Okay. So go Jamal.com. If you want to get a hold of me, you're going to get a hold of me at AsiaJamal.com or
All
.net,
right.
which floats your
Okay.
boat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I am listed everywhere under Asia Jamal. You see my name here on the show as Asia Jamal Rogers because I am what? I am married. That's what I am.
Yes, you are.
But professionally speaking, you can find me under asiajamal.com, asiajamal.net, and Asia Jamal whatever. So thank you all for joining us today. Thank you all for participating in the show. This was great. This is he said but Jamal forever. Yes, Jamal forever.
Forever.
That is why it is Asia Jamal Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
Recognize our gangster. Um, so thank you guys. Till next time. Show again every Friday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. You will see us again the same way that you saw us today. Thank you. And remember to appreciate God's perfect design, which is you.
Amen. Yes.
Yes.